This is Dispatches from Myrtle Beach with Charles Neal and my son Link from Good Mythical Morning. How you doing, Link?
I'm doing good, Father. It's good to see you. Boy, you look like you're just bathing in the sunset back there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes. Weather's still, I don't know how it is out there, but it's still pretty nice here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you
People going to the beach.
You enjoying the beach still into November?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we usually a lot of November we get to go.
Well, happy Election Day. Do you want to talk about the U.S. election in depth?
No,
Me neither.
I'm just gonna talk about that. I voted and
I voted too.
And I know you voted, but I
did.
Me and Nancy went and voted the first day early voting, and we got that. The line was supposed to stop at 6 o'clock, and we got there at 5:15.
Mm-hmm.
And we got out at 6:30.
Oh,
So
that's 45 minutes.
Where I was working
Quarter after
at,
5. No, that's an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 15 minutes.
What
But
took so long?
I was working down below where we went and voted, and they were lined up there all day long that day, first day. But while Nancy and I were standing in line, there was a lady up in front of us, just kept looking at me, and I had my paint clothes on. Of course, I had this long hair.
You had your face on.
And
you had your hair on. Both are attached permanently.
And then...
Dad, you do not have a toupee. I didn't want to make it seem like you did. It's attached because it grew out of your head.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
So
totally natural.
I'm gonna give this lady her name is Amy. She's retired. She's a retired hairdresser.
Okay.
But she motioned to me, said, "Come up here."
Good.
So I walked up there and in the front and up there kind of where she was at, and she says, "You're Charles Neal, aren't you?" I said, "That would be correct." Dispatches from Myrtle Beach. She said, "I watch it all the time, laugh." So she pulled her phone out, Link.
Yeah.
Pulled up Dispatches from Myrtle Beach, and there was a bunch of us in line.
Uh-huh.
All those 8 or 6 or 8 or 10 people that was right, she was walking around showing them Dispatches from Myrtle Beach and said, "Y'all need to get your phone out and look this up, and I'll help you get it on there, because this man and his son are hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
They're funny." So I thought that was pretty neat, that the in line to vote, and most
holler
of those
out,
people,
Amy.
Yeah,
thanks for spreading the word.
Older, or a little bit younger than I was, so
okay.
I thought that was a pretty good thing they get recognized again. Of course, it's getting to where it happens right often.
Did you
sometime.
Tell them who to vote for?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, you got to have your priorities in order. So watching the show is pretty much up there. So we accept all types here at Dispatches from Myrtle Beach.
That
red leaning, blue leaning.
I don't know what kind of leaning they do, but
we applaud you letting your voice be heard. And you know what? What at this point, as of the airing of this, the damage has been done. Unraveling it, we're going to have to assess what the ramifications are. Whew. So we're living a little bit in the future. But it does get me thinking, maybe you need to run for a sort of office. I know you wanted to be the governor of Maui.
Yeah.
The mayor of Maui or whatever.
Mayor of Maui.
I don't know. I guess it'd be, as one governor of all of Hawaii, but we maybe just starting, do you want to get into civics down there in Myrtle Beach? Besides
No. I don't think so.
Well, you're the president of the Lions Club for a while.
A long time.
A long time, right.
About 8 or 10 years.
And that was an elected position.
Yes, it was.
All right. And
but that was just with the people in with the Lions Club. It wasn't a whole community or whole part of the state or whatever. So,
do you think that you could run for office, even if it's just like a city council member or something? Get your feet wet. Do you think that would be good for you?
Well, I have thought about it. And when I lived back at home, I had a lady come up and try to get me to run for county commissioner in Chatham County, North Carolina.
Okay.
And
You said no
I said no.
because
I know because of your granddaddy and my daddy, when you're in the public eye, that people don't leave you alone.
Oh.
They're calling you all the time, wanting you to see if you can fix this and fix that.
And if you want people like badgering you, it needs to be about this show.
That's right.
If people are going to be messing with you, you want it to be about this show. You don't need it to be about civics.
I don't want them to get confused.
So I think this is your civic duty. So, okay, that's probably true, you know, from observational experience with Papa, but because he was chief of police. And that's kind of there's a political aspect to that position in a small town like Lillington, growing up there.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see what you're saying. For me, I just think you would get too worked up about it. Like you'd have to show up for meetings and then people would be saying dumb stuff. And then I think you would get a little impatient with your constituency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't you see that?
If I got elected one time, I probably wouldn't get elected a second time.
Because I don't know. There's something about it that I think might take away some of the happy-go-lucky. Politics seem to be one of the most challenging places to stay happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
And not take yourself too seriously because there is a lot of serious stuff that's going on. I mean, even on a very local level. So it's like, I just feel like I wouldn't want to give you an aneurysm or something.
Well, you and I, we don't talk about politics on this show. No. And we don't talk about religion a whole lot.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
But, people have their different reasons, different thinking about religion, but you're not about to talk about religion. And I'm just going to say this. My Sunday school teacher told us in Sunday school this past Sunday, he said, he said, I'm not going to tell you how to vote, not everything, but y'all got to remember, ever who gets elected president, there's still one person that's up above that's in control of everything on this earth.
Okay. It's not Putin,
and when he said that, I firmly believe that. God.
Oh, God. Okay, good. That's good. I'm glad. He wasn't talking about Putin because under certain circumstances...
No, I'm talking about something way above him.
Under certain circumstances, that might be a true statement.
Well, that's my feeling. I ain't pushing that down nobody's throat.
Nope.
But that is my feeling that the man upstairs, the good Lord, is the one that's in control. Whether ever who got elected president today. And then I'm going to leave that alone.
Dad, you know good and well that the president didn't get elected today. Well, we didn't get the results today. So I guess you're right.
You're probably right about that.
We didn't get the results. Who knows what's going on?
We're going to get off this subject. I ain't even going there. Well, listen, Link.
Get off it, dude.
Yeah, we got a email from a guy named Andrew.
Okay.
And I have read over this thing, and it makes you really think about what people go through and what they do in these. And I'm just going to read this.
Okay.
He said, in December 2022, I was involved in a terrible car crash that left me good God, I'm sorry, Andrew. That left me hospitalized with a broken clavicle. Boy, there's so many. I don't.
Just give it.
Scapula.
Mm-hmm.
Pelvis and 5 broken ribs.
Ooh.
I was rushed to the nearest trauma hospital where 4 days later I had a massive stroke that left me paralyzed on my left side.
What?
I don't know if I can keep going. Okay. I spent 6 months in hospitals and rehab facilities. When I was finally able to return home last summer, we hired a caregiver to help with my care. it has become part of our routine to listen to Dispatches every Tuesday while I do my exercises. My caregiver's name is Linda, and she has also helped me care for my parents before they passed. I called her my sister from another mister. One of my favorite things she does is giggle when, when Charles says, "That would be correct." Y'all are a special part of our routine as we work on my recovery. And Charles, Linda says, as a Southern girl herself, your pronunciation sounds good to her.
Uh-huh.
We love the show to pieces, and we promise not to tell Nana.
Wow, there's a lot there. I could tell that you were getting kind of emotional. Tell me about that.
Well, and when we started this show, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, it's fine.
We didn't know, Andrew, we didn't know how it was going to touch people or how it was going to touch me. And for me to know that we have done one thing, one listener that makes him upbeat and want to keep what you're going through and do, that it's just amazing to me that me and Link can be a part of that, and it helps you. So I didn't know I was going to do this, but I mean, this is from my heart, Andrew. You just keep up the hard work and do what you're doing, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing to make it better for you. And I hope everything works out good for you, and I know it will, because it sounds like with everything you've been through that you'll keep progressing, and when you get better and you're walking better and doing good, send me another email, and we'll give you another holler out.
Mm-hmm. And Linda too.
And Linda too.
And giving both of y'all a holler out. I know what you're feeling. I think, with this show and a lot of like hearing from fans over the years, I really appreciate, Dad, you just, the fact that you let yourself get emotional, because it is an emotional thing to realize that we had no clue how we didn't anticipate that this would happen. I did. I kind of have a little bit of a leg up here because I've heard from a lot of fans over the years, and I've met a lot of fans in person of like all the stuff that Rhett and I have done. And I mean, there are still stories that get us and, that make us emotional. And I'm very grateful to stay in touch with the people that we're reaching. And I'm glad that you're hearing from people too, and that you're starting to realize what I've had to realize, which is, wow, this has much more of an impact beyond what you just think that it has on the surface. You get giving people a safe space to like listen and enjoy themselves, and maybe forget or back burner their cares a little bit, and get in on the love that we have for each other. I think that's the main thing, is that we've got this love for each other, that whenever the ways that I egg you on, and the all the laughs that we have, and how we give each other a hard time, and get into stuff like this, it's all special. And because we have that with each other, and we're able to do that honestly on these mics really is a gift for people. And, you know, I don't take it for granted.
No, man,
and
I know.
You know, and I'm so glad, Andrew, to hear from you. And, you know, I just echo what Dad said too, that, you know, keep going.
Yeah,
You keep doing your thing, we're going to keep doing ours, and that'll be our arrangement. How's that? You know?
Yeah. And Linda, you keep helping him.
Linda, you keep helping him.
Because you really sound like a special person that does what you do.
Yeah.
Not just for him, for what you did with his parents and everybody else. So, you know, some people just have a calling, and I don't know, maybe sometimes I wondered when Link called me 2.5 or 3 years ago and asked me about doing a podcast, I said, well, why not? And then you get something like this that Andrew and other people have sent us this happened and how we touched their lives. And if it stops tomorrow, it was all worthwhile. I'm just telling you, it was all worthwhile.
Yeah. And I think it's nice to talk about this on an election day, because there's so much content out there that's divisive or negative, or that preys on people's fears even. There's all types of things that can make you feel a way or think in a way that might not be the best for you, you know? So the fact that we're doing this, the tone of our show and our subject matter, we sidestep all of that. And it's like, that's the same for Good Mythical Morning. But to give people a safe place where they can recuperate from the barrage of what life throws at you. And even when it comes to podcasts or YouTube series, what those things can throw at you, you know, there's a time and a place for things that are of a different ilk than what we do. But I think we got this little niche in people's lives. It's like, all right, I can get a laugh that won't be at anybody's expense, except maybe the two of them, and they're all up for it, you know. So yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot, you know, on election day.
Good Mythical Evening is only available for a couple of more days. At 11:59 p.m. this Friday, November the 8th, the on-demand video is going to disappear. If you've been meaning to get around to it, now's your time. Go to goodmythicalevening.com and watch so you don't miss out. Why do you want to learn a new language? Maybe you have an upcoming international trip, want to connect with a family member or friend, learn a new skill, advance in your career, or improve your brain function. Studies have shown that learning a new language can improve memory, problem-solving skills, and even delay the onset of dementia. In comes Rosetta Stone, the most trusted language learning program, available on desktop or as an app. It truly immerses you in the language you want to learn. Rosetta Stone has been a trusted expert for 30 years with millions of users and 25 languages offered. Rosetta Stone immerses you in many ways. There are no English translations, so you really learn to speak, listen, and think in that language. Plus, their built-in true accent feature gives you feedback on your pronunciations. It's like having a personal trainer for your accent. Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. Dispatches from Myrtle Beach listeners can get Rosetta Stone lifetime membership for 50% off. Visit rosettastone.com/dispatches. That's 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com/dispatches today. It's time for another edition of Myrtle Beach Mailbag.
Let's read another one. Can you cry on another one? See, is there another one that's gonna make you cry? Let's see how many.
No, I don't think this one's gonna make us cry, but it can make us be a little bit decisive about what we think. But okay. We got an email from Tyler, and it says, "Dear Mr. Charles, I recently hung out with a friend of mine from Georgia, and we got into a heated debate about what states are considered the South. Because he does not consider Virginia a part of the South. Mm-hmm. I took offense of this because I am from Bronax, Virginia. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not, and grew up on a 50-acre tobacco farm that my grandparents owned. So my question is, what states do you consider the South?"
Yeah, I'm looking up something on my phone here, but I'm gonna let you answer this one, and I might chime in with something.
Well, Tyler, this is a pretty perplexed question, even for me, because sometimes I don't know if I think Virginia is a southern state or not.
You mean I don't know. Me neither.
But then when you throw me this curveball and said, I grew up on a 50-acre tobacco farm. Mm-hmm. And this old boy used to, hey, I grew tobacco, know all about it. And I think myself, hell, if you grew up on a tobacco farm, you got to be from the South.
They can grow tobacco other places, though. Did you grow corn?
Hold on. Let me clarify that now.
Okay.
They grow flue-cured tobacco in Virginia, just like North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Up in Maryland and in Kentucky, but I would think Kentucky's a southern state too, but they grow burley tobacco. So it's a whole different ball of wax. But getting back to the thing, Tyler, whether or not, you're upset at your friend because he's from Georgia, and because of some people still dwell on this stuff, what's north and south and all that. If you live at Myrtle Beach, where I live, or North Myrtle Beach, and I know it's in the South, mm-hmm. but where we live down here, probably 50% of the people is from up north. So you got to be able to do a little bit of curveballing and accept people from where they live, whether it's from the South or the North or anything.
Okay, so yes, we'll accept everybody. But is the state in the South or not? Is Arkansas a southern state? Is Texas a southern state?
Well, now, he didn't ask me, but yeah, I think Texas is a southern state. Arkansas is a state in the Midwest.
I think Texas just likes to consider themselves. Yeah. I don't consider Texas a southern state. But how do I define it? It's too big and too far over to the west. I mean, a lot of people talk about the Mason-Dixon line. You heard of this?
Yeah.
And the Mason-Dixon line is anything below that, they say, you could say is the South. Now, it goes above Virginia and Maryland. So if you're going to go with the Mason-Dixon line, Maryland is a southern state. And that doesn't seem right.
No?
I just think, to me, it's just a vibe. And I think that's kind of what you were getting at with the tobacco farming. Oh, you do the same type of tobacco farming I do in North Carolina, you do that in Virginia? Well, you're in. And then even if there's some states that are in, like Kentucky doesn't do it that way, well, that's different. It's like you might be let in, but to you, that's an automatic yes. To me, it's like, how good are you at saying y'all and meaning it?
Yeah, y'all,
the majority of people, and to your point, I think the majority, I'm pulling this out of my ass, but I think the majority of people in the state have to have a Southern accent. Anywhere you go in the state, you got to find people who born and raised there who have a Southern accent. But you can't go too far into Florida because that's a weird land.
Yeah.
And you don't go to Texas because they want to have their own thing. They're Texans. They're not Southerners, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I have people all the time link that when, of course, and a lot of people listen to this podcast.
Yeah, they do.
Because of the way I talk.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had people think that I'm from Georgia or Mississippi.
Has anyone ever said, now, are you from Maryland?
No.
Has anyone ever said, are you from Virginia?
No.
Now, Virginia has an accent. I feel like Virginia is in the South, but Maryland's not.
So, Tyler, I don't know if we answered that question or not to your gratification or not, but sounds like I tried to sidestep it a little bit myself. But
it seems like for Dad, you got to grow tobacco in a very certain way, and for me, you got to be able to use y'all you got to be very prolific with it.
So, Tyler, y'all come on down and see us.
Y'all come, yep. Yeah. But don't bring any of them Yankees.
Yeah. Too late for that. Yeah. I got another email from Steven that says, hey, fellas, I thought it would be great to ask two extroverted pals on some ways I can improve my social skills. I tend to keep to myself and shy away from the new experiences because I don't like talking to new people. What are some techniques and or exercises I can do to help with that sort of social anxiety?
Mm-hmm.
P.S. I know a little bit of alcohol would help loosen me up.
Okay, well.
Well.
Start there, I guess.
Yeah, well, Stephen, some people are like me and Link, and I've had people tell me, and a lot of my friends say, you don't never meet a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's my case. But, because I ain't no psychologist. I ain't got a...
Hold on, what?
A psychologist?
You're not a psychologist?
I ain't got a degree in it.
Oh my God.
No.
I gotta rethink everything. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Sometimes that helps people loosen up and do things, and sometimes it helps people do some damn stupid things too.
Okay, so you're saying don't go overboard on the alcohol. That can't be your answer.
Yeah.
But
right.
Do you have any techniques? Like you, when you go up to a stranger, and let's take the podcast out of it. Let's not do this. Do you know who I am? Because you got such an easy in now. You assume that people recognize you even when you don't. So, do you know who I am is your pickup line for not meeting a stranger. Put that to the side. If you're like if you're in line at the Lowe's or the Home Depot or whatever it is, whoever decides to sponsor us, that's where you can be.
That's right.
What do you say to people in line? How do you break the ice? What's your technique?
Well, the first thing I always do, they say this always helps with anything, but I usually smile at somebody and just say, well, you having a good day today?
Oh,
and,
really?
How's things going? I just ask them.
I like that.
If you see them in the places like you mentioned, then ask them, or either out somewhere else. If you're at a party or anywhere, say,
yeah.
What do you do for a living?
But like just walking up to a stranger and the first thing you say is, what do you do for a living? I mean, they got to have on a special kind of suit or something for that. You can't just go in with, what do you do for a living? You got to ease into it, right?
I mean, you got to do like I said to start with, walk up there and smile at him and kind of break the ice and say, how you do? You had a good day today? How you doing?
Yeah.
Have you had a good day today? Things like that. And then when you get on in,
been drinking long? Because I've been trying to work up the courage to talk to you or anyone really. I like that. So it's like, how How's your day going? Mm-hmm. You got a little small talk question. Then you got, what do you do for a living question? Go a little deeper. Mm-hmm. Then you got, who did you vote for? Nope.
No, don't ask that question.
Okay.
Leave politics out of it.
I like to start. Yeah, that's right. I like to start with a compliment because I typically I'll look at people and I'll be like, man, I think I want to talk to that person based on something I'm seeing. I went up to a couple of people at a party once, and the woman was wearing a hat, and it was quite a statement. It was a wide brim hat, and then no one else at the place was wearing a hat. And the guy had on like a nice fit. I liked his jacket. And they were talking to somebody, but I could tell it was casual. It wasn't intense. And I went up to them and I said, I love your outfits, and I feel like since y'all are the best dressed people at this party, I just had to talk to you. And then we started talking. That's how I talk to people. Butter them up, give them a little compliment.
Yeah.
Or if you're interested in something, it's like, oh, where'd you get that scar? Or maybe those earrings.
Or you could say, that's a nice tattoo. I like your tattoo.
Yeah.
Because if you're going into Lowe's or Home Depot, these people ain't going. I got my work clothes on, they got theirs on. You can't walk up there and tell them, say, well, that's a nice looking outfit you got on. So you got to have another end for them
right.
to be able to talk to somebody there. But, that's
all right.
You just got to put your best foot forward and not be so anxious about it. Because, listen, if they don't want to talk to you, the next person will.
It's a numbers game too, because the next person, and if the next person doesn't, the next person will. And so you can just have make a little test of it. Stakes are low. You're talking to a stranger. They're going to kind of say, all right, yeah, I'm having a pretty good day. And then if they turn around and shut down, it's like, all right, hey, I was friendly and it was over. Didn't do anything weird. Yeah, sometimes I'll say that at the end of conversations. All right, that was over and I didn't do anything weird. Good job. That's just me though.
It's kind of like it, and I don't know if you're getting up to this, but besides friends, if you're trying to meet a young lady, listen.
Ooh, yeah.
They gonna tell you, some of them's gonna tell you no, but one of them's gonna talk to you and tell you yes. So, the more no's you get, the closer to yes you get.
There you go.
Just try to work on it a little bit at a time, and then build yourself up.
Practice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it.
Well, Link, we got something on here that I know our dispatches from Myrtle Beach people love. They want to see if I can pronounce these words.
All right. Who's this from?
And it's inspired by a submission from Ashley.
Okay.
Can you pronounce these Harry Potter characters? Oh, Lord, I'm in trouble here. Can I pronounce these words? Let's see if I fail.
All right, so you've got the list in front of you here. You know the task that is ahead of you. I will commend you in saying Harry Potter correctly. So that is a good start.
That'll probably be, I may get a 0 on this like the last thing we did.
Hey, and you know what?
Because I ain't never watched Harry Potter.
One can only hope.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, the first one is Hermione Granger.
Okay. You got the last name right. Granger is correct. So let's give it another shot on that first one because you said Hermione. Hermione is...
Hermione.
No.
Hermione Granger.
No, you're getting closer. I like that you pronounced the E. But after that M, you got some work to do.
Okay. Hermione.
I like how you say it quickly as if like getting it out of your mouth. It's like you can't, like you think you're going to slip one by me? You said Hermione again. You didn't say anything different.
Well, I don't know why I can't just call them Granger, so just be done with it.
What's the letter after the M?
I.
And then a what?
O.
Okay, so put those three letters together. M-I-O.
Mo.
M-I-O.
Mio.
Okay, but then make the I a longer I. Like if it was just the letter I.
My-o.
There you go.
Hermione. Hermione.
Yes, you got it. Hermione. Hermione Granger. All right.
Who in Hollywood come up with that name?
We're not going to talk about her.
Okay. Him, whatever. Okay.
Well, that's ironic that you would say that. But yeah, it's a her.
Okay.
You trust me, you don't want to know, but that was ironic.
Okay.
What you did was hilarious.
Okay, I got the first one. Let's see.
Yeah, you got the first one. So now
Well,
go
no,
next.
I'm talking about the first name on the second one.
Professor. Yes, you know how to say.
Yeah. Professor Albus Dumbledore.
Professor.
Albus Dumbledore.
Oh yeah, there you go. But you know the Paul Simon song, You Can Call Me A.L.?
You broke up. I didn't.
Oh, how convenient. I broke up. The Paul Simon song, You Can Call Me, and it's spelled A.L. How do you say that?
Al?
No, if a person is named...
Al.
There you go. So it's Al...
Albus. Oh, Professor Albus Dumbledore.
Yes! You got it. Now you're on a roll. Next one.
Severus Snap.
Severnus Snap.
Snop.
Nope.
Severinus Snop.
Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Severus Snop.
Been there, done that, Dad. Move on. Come on, try a different way.
Severus Snop.
Okay, there's no N in the first word. Sevrus.
Service. Service. Service Snop.
Sevr. Say that.
Serve. Serve. Serve.
SEV?
Sieve.
SEV.
Sev.
Yes.
Severus.
Yes.
Severus.
Severus. All right. And the second one. The E is silent, but it makes the A a long A.
Severus Snot. Snap.
It's a long A. Like it sounds like A. A. It sounds that.
Severus Snip.
I love how sometimes you're just like, well, I'm gonna force it out. Say the letter A.
A.
Yes. Now put the word around that, but don't change how you say A.
Snap. Said the E was silent. I mean, what?
You're right.
It's N-A-P.
Yeah, but the A is A. S-N. Say S-N.
S-N.
No, but pronounce.
Synop.
Just say S-N. Say that sound.
Sin. Sin.
It's the word God, you're really working me. The letter S and the letter N together. If you were to just to sound that out, what would that sound like? Just those two letters.
Snan.
And then put the A after it. The A sound. A. S-N.
Sin up. Sun up. Sun up.
A. All right, do this. A-P-E, what does that spell?
Ape.
All right, now take the E off.
App.
Well, no, leave the A on, actually. Yeah. Yeah. A-P-E.
You said the E.
Yeah, so A-P-E, say that.
Ape.
Yes, and now put the S-N in front of that.
Synap.
No. A gorilla is an APE, or what?
Ape.
Put the S and the N in front of that word, and don't change that word.
I can't do it.
You can do it, Dad. You've done it with everything. APE. Say that.
Ape.
Yep. Now put the N in front of it.
Snape.
Yes! Yes! Now put it all together. Put it all together.
Severus Snap.
There you go. Oh, God, we got 3 more. Should we just stop? All right. These are easy, though. Go ahead.
I'm going to have to go take a nap.
All right, yeah. Yeah, this is good for your brain. I don't know what it's doing to my brain, though. All right.
Draco Malfoy.
Well, it was...
Draco Malfoy.
No, the first time was right. All right, next one. You did it. You got it. You got it immediately, kind of, almost.
Lord Voldemort.
Yes. I don't know if you should be saying that one, though. Not really clear on the lore. But the next one.
Remus Lupkin.
Okay, there's no K in the last word.
Remus Lupin.
No. Instead of
Remus Lupin.
Yes. All right. I think you might want to read the books now, Dad, out loud as like an audio, like an audible series. Boy, that's what we need to start doing. We start just reading excerpts from. Hey, Dad, it's up to you. Do you want to ask people to email in excerpts?
I don't care. Tell them to send whatever they want to.
Well, no, it's up to you. You do it.
I'll do the best I can do, just like I just did.
And it was great.
With a little help from you.
Yes, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I mean, you're designated pronunciationist.
Yeah, and all the Myrtle Beach know I need a pronunciationist. So,
And that's not an easy word to say.
Yeah. Well, Link, and all you Myrtle Beach, it was fun having you all here with us today. We'll be back next week for another one. Don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts on YouTube. And while you're at it, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And if you got a question, comment, or story you'd like to share with me, email me at ratherbeshaggin53@aol.com. And y'all have a great rest of your week, and we can't wait to sing with Severus Snap again next time.
Yeah. Good work, Dad.
Well,
that's top notch right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, I still had a good time, even trying to pronounce them words. So.
Oh, yeah. I had the best time.
I'll see you next week. Okay,
Will do. Love you.